I'm here. So
are you on the other side of Colleen? Like, how far are you away from?
She's literally like, here's where she was living. Here's my house. She's like literally right between.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I looked out. Joseph decided, we had talked about it, and he kind of figured, because he works in Austin, but he figured since I think he kind of knew that it was going to take a really long time for me to move to Round Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So, right? Yeah, he's nodding. Yeah, so I think he figured it was going to take so long for me to move to Round Rock, and the cost of living here is so cheap.
Okay.
So he moved down here, and we're just going to live here for a while and save up some money and look into, I guess, houses. Yes.
We will buy a home eventually.
We'll buy a home eventually, but we'll see like where.
Mm-hmm.
So, because he's like a grown up with like a real grown up job.
You know, you have a grown up job too, right?
You do.
Grown up job. It's very true. I'm usually the only grown up at my grown up job. So, literally,
I'm the only person at my job. It's just me.
Yeah, that's a true fact.
Just me here.
Which makes you the boss.
Yeah.
It does. I get to control everything.
That's right.
Boss.
What my teacher's like. She kind of like is
Your
very,
teacher's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
I love that. I love that you have
She
your-
said she wished she had a whole classroom full of Logans.
Nice.
Same.
Me and Lady just hang out the entire day. Do
Did you tell Lainey what you want to be when you grow up?
right now at the moment I'd like to be a teacher.
Girl, it's super fun. It's crazy, and the amount of work shocks people, but honestly, if you love it, it's the best. My job is cool, it's challenging, and
Just don't plan on making a lot of money, and you'll be all right.
You can up here.
We can make more money.
it's true. Yeah, you guys actually
Yeah.
Canadian teachers. Do you want to go to Canada? Are you cool with that? They need market research in Canada, right?
But you don't like the
You can
I don't like the cold that intensely, but I like them.
I like money. I like Canadians.
Yeah, I
so,
like money. I
yeah.
like
Universal health care.
and we don't have cough that person.
True. See, they're making a really good case, babe. They really are.
We'll move to the Coop.
We're not going to move to Vancouver.
No, that's on the other
No.
side of the country.
See? No cool.
And
Sorry.
Vancouver is very, very, very expensive.
See?
We're not
Insane.
any cheaper.
No, Vancouver is like Toronto. It's
Oh.
$1 million just
Like
to get a
like
house.
Markham? Like Markham.
You're going to
Like-
have to start making like bomb money. If you
Unless you like win the lottery, you
And our-
you can't
And
afford
our money's
anything.
prettier.
Yeah,
Very
they're
true.
Tell the bills.
And we
there.
don't have monopoly money.
Yeah, we do.
It looks
No, it's Monopoly money, but it's pretty.
It's-
And it smells like maple
like
syrup.
no, it doesn't. It
Yes, it
smells like
does.
no, it doesn't.
At least we don't have the paper money. No offense, but
No, but for real though, y'all's money is like actually waterproof and it's amazing.
Yes, it is. It's all plastic though, so
And it smells like maple syrup.
it does not smell like
Yes,
maple
it does.
syrup.
Yeah, we've all
do, but not all.
that rumor that your
Are
money
they?
smells like maple
Yeah,
syrup.
no, it doesn't smell like maple
It does.
syrup. Logan's high. That's not.
I
This
smell like maple syrup. That'd be legit.
That is a very pothead thing to say.
It is. Our money smells like maple syrup.
Oh.
Guys,
But you have no idea how many people we could get to believe that. Be like, really? Like I think you said it. You said it one time, Chris, and I think we all went, really?
really? Yeah, I think you did. Cool.
I did smell it though because that was the rumor going around that the new bills were smelling like maple syrup. So when I got a new bill, I smelled it. I'm like, it smells like plastic.
Maybe you
They
just have
must
an
be
old
high.
nose.
Be
You
cool.
can leave now. You're being the sass mouth.
I wish it was like scratches in it. That would be legit.
Shh. Okay. Well, my dad is here, so I have to go.
I
Well,
was.
fun with the Padre.
But I wanted to say hello, and I'm so happy to see you.
Happy to see you too, friend. Hey, I have actual time now. So if you want, you and I can get together and like have coffee and chat.
Okay.
If you're home and I'm gonna be home. So
That
yes, I'll talk to you too, fool. Yeah, for sure. Go enjoy your dad and we'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Yep.
It's gonna be me and my two dads on the show tonight.
Yeah, very much so. Wasn't that a TV show?
Yes, it was.
Two dads.
My two dads.
My two dads.
Lainey's living the dream. Okay. Bye.
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 Then there were 3. Well, 4.
Sorry, he's saying
Quinn, are
Yeah.
you doing robotics at school?
No.
No.
But
Well,
it's
kind of.
Lego League, but it's
Right.
Say your goodbyes.
goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Shoe beings.
Just the happiest little song in the whole world.
I'm taking off because we still have a first, second, and third place trophy. I'm taking off the front panel. I'm going to figure out something else to print. And I think we're going to use these somehow for Geeks Weekend. I'm still trying to decide what we're going to use them for.
One just in general. Can I just have it?
Do what?
Can I just have the third one? It's like Lainey's just third. Just done. I'm good at that.
She's third.
She's third, and she's fine with that. I'm gonna test and see if the microphone on my headphones is working really quick before I relocate. So hold on. Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, baller.
So
Bye.
you can actually pick which microphone it uses.
Yes, but sometimes I get the wrong set of headphones, and I get the one where the thing doesn't work. The microphone doesn't work anymore. So I always forget which is which.
No, but what I mean is you can switch on the computer after the fact.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene's had to show me how to do that quite a few times because I'm like, it doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Wait. I'm going to do... How do I do this? There we go.
Look at that. How the hell did you do that?
For some reason, it's got to be. I don't know what it is, but
Better be
his
happy.
camera is allowing him to do it.
It's a Canadian thing.
So
I
'cause
like
I wish I could do it. It would be awesome if I could do it. And I still I've looked at it. Let me see. Maybe they did an update. Hold on. Let's see here. Where did you say that was, Ray?
So when you look at your little square version of yourself, you click your name, and then it says blur my background.
I see mute, remove from call, fit to crop window.
Blur my background.
Yeah.
How are you able to do it as well? Okay, where
Magic?
did you click again?
So
I left
your
I
name,
right clicked.
or
Okay. So it says your name and there's a little drop. There's a little arrow, right?
and
Maybe
it
it's
says,
because.
I
Maybe
right
it's because I'm not
on
using
my
the-
picture.
Are you using the internal camera on your laptop? Maybe that's what it is. Hold on.
Yes.
I'm gonna try this real quick. Hold on. Let's see here.
Yes,
Maybe.
I am. What do you think I am, Steve Jobs?
Oh no! Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. This is hooked up to there. Okay, hold on.
it is a pretty cool effect. I'm not gonna lie.
It really is.
Let's see
So
here.
I'm like a living
we're-
YouTube thumbnail.
We're a podcast for sure now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Audio and video.
When Eugene blurs his, he's gonna look the most podcasty out of all of us because he's got his NTR mic. Oh, genius!
Or he just drops out.
Oh, Eugene.
Are you not seeing me?
Not at all.
No, that's a really pretty picture of you though.
Oh,
Whoa, there he is.
right there he is.
All
And
right.
At a different angle.
Let's see here. So
Okay. Are you just gonna hang out and play Toon Blast while I do the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe hold on a second. I think I'm
It's just
thinking I'm
a-
having a brain fart here.
Possibly.
it can't be healthy.
No, that's not what I
Oh.
want to do. Okay, so I did.
Hey,
that.
Molly.
She's losing her mind. My mom found boxes of the Mickey Premium bars again.
What is a Mickey Premium Bar?
Those are the ice cream bars you get at Disney World.
Okay.
So for Mickey's 90th birthday, which is this year, they're really releasing like a smaller version in grocery stores, but it's like all the same ingredients and everything. They're just a little tinier. And Mom found them, which makes me really excited. I had found some like a month ago.
Okay, Eugene,
Yes.
hover your mouse over top of your image on the top right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your name drop down.
Right.
Click on your name,
Okay.
Third option down should be blur my background.
Oh, I have changed the 2 different cameras, turn off video, mute microphone.
I just right-clicked on my picture. And it let me do it.
That works too.
I laneyed it and I was like, whatever, this works too.
Because my options are FaceTime HD camera, turn video off, unblur my background right now. It's blurred, and mute my
I like this, but I can't figure out if I really like it.
I didn't want to take a snapshot.
Oh, I like that. That's a good picture.
Nope, I didn't want to do that either.
I'm wiping the drool from my
share screen. I didn't want to do that either. Stop. There's the heartbeat. There's 4 options. Start recording, turn subtitles on, turn off incoming video, hold call.
I'm just enjoying this.
This is driving me insane that I can't.
This is a good show right here.
He's really upset. You genius. You can do it. I believe in you. And if you can't, you have the best background out of all of us.
Yeah, like literally I just have the 2 different cameras to switch between and where it says turn off video. I'm using this one. Let me try this one. Switch to this.
I like when we troll Eugene. It's fun.
Careful.
We're doing nothing.
I've
missed you.
You may have to actually go out there and get her. She's not listening to you.
Appearance.
She was listening. She would be in the house. And then gets distracted.
And looks at me and tells me to go.
Joseph's. You're not a squirrel.
Squirrel.
That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Stop.
She loves a good squirrel.
Ollie.
Oh, shit.
Dang it. I cannot figure this out and it's driving me insane.
I don't know. Fix this.
Because see, I thought what I was doing, I was looking and clicking my name here, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I'm clicking on the computer that's broadcasting. I was like, no, I need to be doing it down here. And I thought, oh, well, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm
I
screwing
think
up.
you're using enough computers.
I know, right?
There we go.
I think you need 3 more.
Built-in camera, like y'all are doing. There's the built-in camera.
Because we're lazy.
Yeah, I'm fixing it.
Turn video off. Nope, I don't have that option. I wonder why.
Because your background is too cool already.
Sure, we'll go with that.
It is.
Share screen, start recording, turn subtitles, hold call, audio, video settings. Nope, whatever. Whatever, I'm done.
Put your shoes on. He had to go put his shoes on to go get the dog. She's not having it. I think there's something in the backyard that she's barking at. You're in trouble.
Who's in trouble?
Molly.
Oh, what'd you do?
I don't know. She wouldn't come in when Joseph called her like 4 times. He had to put his shoes on and go out there and get her.
Ooh.
He's not talking to her. She does not care.
She's like, whatever.
Whatever. My mommy's over there. That's all I care about. He's fine.
Oh, I want this to work so bad.
Oh, God.
I'll have to figure it out another time, man. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Eugene,
We'll have
we
to
can play with it at some point and see if we can get it to work.
That's what she said.
And by we, I mean you. That's also what she said.
Well, not wrong. See if it works.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to research that. The blur in my background just does look cool. So, all right.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Okay.
Mr. Facts.
Before we start, real quick, I realized I forgot to send the opening question, and the opening question is: when did you stop watching cartoons?
Oh yeah, no, I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Depends on what you classify as correct.
And that's legitimate. We can bring that up. So
I'm gonna say, never mind. I got it in here. We're ready.
Okay. Let's see here. So I've got that. That looks good. We're broadcasting down here. Got the chat room. All right. And really? All right. Muting your mic. 3, 2. Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 117. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, when did you stop watching cartoons? Or did you? We'll start with returning favorite. Ray, how are you doing, man?
Returning favorite.
Never mind. I won't do that.
Return. I don't know. If you count The Simpsons, I never really kind of stopped.
Okay, so that's a different way to look at it. You could say that are we talking about just children's cartoons? Or are we talking about quote unquote adult cartoons? So you would say probably never still, right?
Do two answers. Because when I think of like watching cartoons, I think of like Saturday morning style cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're gonna go with that, probably high school or like grade 8 when I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because you had to be cool, right? So,
No.
Apparently it was.
Ray,
Yeah.
like we've seen the pictures. Ray was cool in high school.
For the audio listeners.
I would say probably getting into high school, it was like that grade 8 summer where I'm like not doing this anymore and I'm gonna be an adult now. I'm going to high school, but still watching The Simpsons, that kind of thing. Rick and Morty still counts, so
Yeah, no, I understand. Laney's returned. Laney,
Hi.
What?
which you can answer both or either way.
I'm gonna answer both.
All right.
So, okay, Saturday morning, because I was like, dude, one Saturday morning on ABC was like my jam. I was all about that life. I watched that religiously. Doug, Pepper Ann, Recess. I was all about it. But I think I stopped. That probably went off the air when I was about 10. And it just never quite was as good as it used to be. And so I feel like, I don't know, it was maybe like 12, 13 when I stopped watching that. But I remember like, I don't know, around the time that like Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory and stuff like that stopped being a thing. Come on, Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Around the time that stopped being a thing is probably when I stopped like really watching cartoons. There was a point at some point where like cartoons stopped being a thing and Jackass took over and then everybody was watching Jackass. So that was a real thing. And then I hated Family Guy with a passion. And I would kind of watch The Simpsons on and off with like my dad, but I wasn't super, super into The Simpsons. So I think I started watching cartoons again when I was maybe 20, I don't know, 21, 22. I got really into it when Bob's Burgers came out because I love Bob's Burgers and it's like the most perfect show. It is what's that show called? Modern Family of the cartoon world. It is amazing and hilarious. So I don't think I've really stopped since then though. I still watch that pretty religiously. I don't like Rick and Morty. I'm sorry. I just don't. I can't get into it. I just can't. It's stupid and I get it and it's funny, but like
I know. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I would say depending on which way you slice this, the answer is probably still never. I definitely watched cartoons through high school. I probably still watched a few things here and there, maybe like into college. And then by that time I started watching like some anime stuff. And what it was like I was watching Cartoon Network. They had some funny stuff on there. And then they started doing Toonami, which was where they were starting to broadcast some anime and stuff. And I was like, ooh, some of this is interesting. So I started watching it. And then, of course, The Simpsons, and then I started picking up things like Family Guy and stuff like that. So, if we're also going to expand the range to like animated movies, then the answer is also definitely never, because like,
oh yeah,
freaking Toy Story came out when I was in high school, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
True.
But yeah, I would say probably never. And then it's funny because now that I have boys. At nighttime, usually they get in the shower, they get out, they get dressed, and then we watch a show to just kind of wind down before bed. And some of the shows that they've started watching, there are some shows that they've watched that you can definitely tell they're written by parents that are our age that are like, okay, I know this is for kids, but I'm gonna throw some stuff in there for the adults too, and I freaking love when they do that. But like they're watching right now, they've kind of been watching the show called Cupcake and Dino on Netflix. Number one, this theme song is hilarious. But it's very simplified. Like they love it, but if you watch it, you're like, wow, some of the things you are hitting are that they're definitely more adult. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I'm enjoying, especially when they find a show like that. They do have some shows that I'm just like, I can't stand this. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I would say the answer for me is probably never, and probably we will never stop. So like Toy Story 4 is one of my big movies coming out this summer. So
I'm really excited for that though.
Heck yeah.
That's the one that's gonna win me the
summer movie game.
Movie event. Yep.
Yeah, it's there's definitely been some stinkers that have come out. Everyone's like, that we're like, all right, let's see how this does. Oh yeah, that bombed. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what Godzilla does this weekend. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it. I want to go see it because I enjoyed the other one. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to just see what people think. So.
Yep.
It's the first time we've seen some of those other monsters with Godzilla on the big screen in a long time. So.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, we are talking about cartoons, and tonight's episode we are returning to a topic that we did a long time ago, and that was the new Disney afternoon. So the original Disney afternoon cartoons were things like DuckTales, Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, and these were cartoons that took at least a couple of characters from some of Disney's pre-existing stuff, and in the case of Tailspin, they took almost all the characters and just added a couple more, and then like turned into something completely different. Whereas DuckTales, we had some of the main characters that we've known, Scrooge McDuck and Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and added some more and became a whole thing. Same thing for Chip and Dale. But yeah, so we're going to do that. So we're going through Disney's catalog and coming up with some new Disney afternoon cartoon shows. And the ruling on this was you can use anything that's owned by Disney. So that technically means Marvel, that means Muppets, that means anything you want to throw in there. Just we're doing it, as a cartoon and transplanting it from one thing and putting it into something else. So, so with that being said, would anyone like to go first?
I'll do it.
All right, what's your first, lady?
I don't go too long.
Me and Ray's constant struggle because we're both like, yeah, sure, of course I'll go. We're too nice. It's a problem. Okay, so just go with me on this one, okay?
All right.
So, because I started doing these and I was like, am I out of ideas? Am I fresh out of ideas? Is the well run dry? So I want to do Cheers.
Okay.
But if it's a kids show,
Mm-hmm.
then it's not a bar. It's like a pizza place or something.
Okay.
The same premise. So, but I want to do it with Toy Story characters.
Okay.
So, because I was thinking about it, I was trying to think of shows that I really like and everything, like classic TV shows, classic sitcoms. And I was thinking about Cheers, and I was like, hey, Cliff Clavin is Ham, so this is perfect. So,
oh my God, yes. Yep.
So Woody is going to be Sam Malone, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Yep.
Bo Peep is going to be Diane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like she could fit that really well. I want Jessie to be Carla Tortelli.
Oh yes, that would be awesome.
And I want Potato Head to be Norm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right? Obviously, Ham would be Cliff Clavin. And I want Buzz Lightyear to be Frasier.
Yeah.
Who would you pick to be Woody
picked-
Harrelson's character?
I don't know. Maybe Slinky?
See, I would have said Fraser as Slinky, but
Yeah, that would actually be really funny. He sounds like Ernest.
he always comes in with that good piece of advice, right?
He does. I think you're right. Okay, I want to switch that then. I want Slinky to be Frasier. That would be really good. I love that. And then I want Rex to be Coach because Coach was always my favorite.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
Nicely done.
I can see him like, the bell rings and hey.
Yes.
Potato Head.
But what would be hilarious is that it's actually like a kid's thing.
Yes.
They lift it up and they look in, and every time they look in, they all have to like drop as their.
Oh my God,
Yes,
that would be
it
even
could be
better.
A play set. It could be Andy's play set.
Yeah.
I would love that. I think it would be hilarious. I would watch that show.
Literally, he could lift up the lid, and then like everyone drops, and then we cut to commercial, and then we come back. He puts the lid on. They literally just pick up right where they left off.
Well, like that's how they could like cut into every show too. Like it, like Andy's coming up the stairs like to go play with his toys, and then it cuts out, and he has to like.
That would be the opening. That would be the opening.
Yes, every single time. That would be perfect.
He gets called for dinner.
Yes. I'm into it.
See, I was thinking for the opening, because remember how the opening was just a bunch of the old like black and white pictures, and it's kind of so it's Andy's drawings of them in this place, and and it's literally going from his drawing to his.
Oh my God!
That'd be fun too.
And it's just
it would be like
slowed down piano version of "You've Got a Friend in Me."
Oh my God, that's great.
you could do the whole. Player piano version of that.
Yes, that would be great.
I'm into that.
Heck yeah, that's a good one. Good, well-rounded out one there.
I think we need to contact Disney and give them this idea for Disney Plus.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh yeah, because they're going to need plenty of shows. So, I'm really honest. To be very honest with you, I'm surprised they haven't tried to rebrand and redo a Disney afternoon again. I mean, the fact that most stuff's on the internet and you can watch it anytime, but still just having that branding idea to get parents to go, I used to watch that as a kid. Let's watch it with our kids.
I would watch Goof Troop now.
I bet you it's going to be a selection, right? There'll actually be like a whole channel dedicated to that.
I hope so.
For sure.
Because that would be awesome.
Well, they used to do Toon Disney. That was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they would show a lot of those. So, just pointing out.
Ray, you want to go next?
Sure. I too did a Toy Story one. This one's not as pleasant.
Okay.
Oh no, it's gonna be Pulp Fiction or something, isn't it?
No. So Buzz, Woody, Slinky, Ham, Rex, and Mr. Potato Head all show up, and they're in toy heaven, and they're like chilling out, and they're like figuring each other out, and okay, this is kind of cool. Something's a little off though.
Are you doing The Good Place?
And Buzz realizes that he's not supposed to be there.
Yes. Oh my God, this would be so good. As soon as you said heaven, I was like, oh, hell, you're doing The Good Place. That's a great pull.
The Good Story.
Good job, sir.
I thought it'd be really fun because you could get into some really wicked stuff with that.
Oh, my. Yes, because, I mean, Lainey, have you watched The Good Place?
Okay, no, but all the stuff that I've heard about it, I feel like I need to. So it's on my list. It's on my list of summer shows to try to get into because everyone keeps telling me that it's really funny. And I would really like it. And I love Kristen Bell.
Maybe ever.
Really?
Because every single episode tackles a different type of theology or theory of life or something like that. It's very subdued. Like you can sit there and just watch it and enjoy it for the story. But if you start like thinking about it and see what they're pulling from, then you're like, wow, this is deep.
It's very deep. Very deep. I was thinking about creating a new character, and Ted Danson has to be the voice of him.
So what kind of character are you thinking?
That's
just Ted Danson, just CGI Ted Danson.
Well, yeah. Hi, I'm Ted.
Hi, I'm Ted Danson.
I don't know. Probably he could be like a colonel from like a G.I. Joe or something like that. Or
wouldn't be bad. See, I was almost thinking stuffed animal of some sort. I know I'm pulling from with Toy Story 3, but
yeah, except he's got like a squeaker inside that. randomly goes off once in a while. Oh, damn it! I gotta fix that.
That would be awesome, actually. That would be awesome.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah. So I can't get into too many more details because I don't want to ruin it. But if you've seen The Good Place, you could totally see where that's gonna go.
Oh no, absolutely. And I think that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, that would be awesome. So very good pull, sir. My first one was also Toy Story. Like we all went to that well.
We're just killing it today.
It's a great one.
Yeah. So I'm going to do Law and Order Toys. I didn't figure out what TOYS stands for, but I just went with toys. So Woody and Buzz are going to be our detectives because we've got our detectives that have to figure out what's going on with the crime, and we can have lots of different crimes going on. We can have toys that are broken. We can have toys that are stolen or missing. Let's see here. I said Grumpy Bear and G.I. Joe are other detectives, so we can have these other characters. I created 2 other characters for that. I want Jesse and Barbie to be the prosecutors. So they're the ones that are gonna once the detective hauls everyone in, they're the ones that are gonna try to nail them to the wall. And then of course you can just rotate just freaking every single toy you can think of into an episode. You'll have episodes where they've got Hot Wheels cars on trial for racing or whatever, and reckless driving and stuff like that. And I thought you could have a lot of fun with that stuff. So
you could for sure.
But yeah, that was honestly the first one I came up with. I was like, okay, I want to do something with Toy Story. What do I want to do? And I was like, Law and Order. That would be great. So.
All right, so toys should be the officers.
I have no idea. I'm just leaving it at toys at this point. So
the officers of Yankee.
Yeah, the Y is where you kind of get tripped up.
Yankee. I mean, you totally could use Yankee on that one.
Youth, maybe.
The toys of youth, solitude.
Good God.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, that was my first one. So
that'd be a fun one.
Yeah. All right, Lainey, what's your next one?
So my next one is I really want to do Seinfeld, but with the Avengers characters.
I almost did the exact same thing.
Because
was that one of the ones I recommended or suggested?
No, you recommended something else with the Avengers.
I know it's okay, yeah.
Yes. I want to do Seinfeld with the Avengers characters.
Okay, so who are you picking for who?
Well, I want Elaine to be Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I feel like we could do something with that. And then I want the Hulk to be Jerry. I want Tony to be George. Because I feel like Tony.
When you say Hulk, are you saying like Professor Hulk?
Professor Hulk, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so good.
Yes, Professor Hulk. Yes, Professor Hulk.
That is the Hulk.
Yes.
True. But yeah, I want Professor Hulk to be Jerry. I want Tony to be George because I feel like him and Captain Marvel never fully.
Okay.
Can we make sure that we have Mark Ruffalo once in a while, just kind of like, what's the deal?
Yes. One of the reasons I picked him was I was like, he's the only one that I could see actually making his voice do that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yes.
And then this was controversial because I mentioned this to Joseph later and he was not about it. And I think he can just deal. But I want Thor to be Kramer and I want Loki to be Newman.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Nobody really likes Newman except for Kramer and no one really likes Loki except for Thor.
That's true.
I'm okay with that.
I would be down with that. Yeah.
Right?
Now, are we talking? Okay. By the way, if you haven't seen Avengers by now, sorry, sad. Are we talking? Are we talking Dad Bod Thor? Or are we talking Thor?
Yes. No, Dad Bod Thor.
Dad Bod Thor would be best. He always comes around and is saying like weird, like Thor's always saying something that doesn't make any sense.
And he always calls somebody by a different name, like
Oh, that's absolutely true. That is
exactly. I just feel like it would be really, really fitting. And then Loki comes around, says something snarky, and bada bing, bada boom, scene. So, but yeah, I want it to be Seinfeld.
And it would
Scott
totally
Meth-
play into that scene from the first Avengers movie where, the Hulk went off on Loki just every time he sees him. Hello, Loki.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
it could
like
be a
that.
show about nothing, but I just want it to be Avengers characters.
That would be awesome.
So,
Good
and I
job.
realized when I was casting this, I was like, I feel like there's not enough like super dynamic female characters in Avengers movies. Do you know what I mean? Because I was trying to pick someone
If you
for
did go
Elaine.
strictly superhero, like super powered superhero, yes, I would agree with that. But if you just wanted to grab a different female character, you could, there's tons to choose from. But
Yes, but I was
But no, I see
thinking
what you're
about that because I was like, Elaine Bendis is such a,
yeah.
loud, she's vibrant. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and like
This is hard.
Black Widow wouldn't fall into that one by any means.
No, I felt like Captain Marvel would best just because I like, I like that not everybody gets along with Elaine and not everybody gets along with Captain Marvel either.
Yeah.
So they're all, where are you, girl? I'm busy.
Yeah. No, good deal. I like that. That's
Good deal.
I think of the cast trying to do it. That's probably definitely the way to cast it. So
You're welcome. And then instead of Seinfeld, it's be called Banner.
I like it.
I like that too. Maybe that's where you have Mark Ruffalo is at the beginning when he's doing the stand up. It's him doing it, and then when the show actually starts, it's Professor Thor.
It's Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk, not Professor.
I would love that. That would be the best.
All right, Ray, what's your next one?
All right, well, since we're on the topic of Avengers, I came up with this one because I forgot we could use those characters as well. So I want to do Avengers Friends, and I want Tony Stark to be, oh my God, Ross.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I think that'd be funny, right? He's the nerd. He's a scientist. I kind of want to see Banner as Chandler. Because I think that'd be
my favorite thing that you've said today.
Thor is obviously Joey,
Obviously, there's no
Obviously.
question.
right?
Joey.
Yeah.
So
How you
then,
doing?
yeah, again, dad bod Joey.
Dad bod Joey.
Yeah.
For the women, Pepper Potts would have to be Rachel.
Yes, I would say yeah.
Okay, which means that you would have Scarlet Witch as, or not. Or I was thinking Scarlet Witch as the love interest, or as Tony's sister, but maybe that doesn't work. It would have to be. Who would that have to be?
Well, you're gonna either have to do this as how they end up, or you're gonna have to do this as personality. And I would say play it to personality.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Scarlet Witch I could see her being more, or I mean, it does work as Black Widow, right? As the as the Ross's sister. God, I'm losing names.
Monica.
Monica, yeah.
And then
But who do you do as Phoebe?
well, maybe that should be Scarlet Witch.
That should be Scarlet Witch. That should 100% be Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, that would actually be funny because she would just be like all over the place. He's mad.
She'd be like, "Woo!"
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then you could have Loki being the owner of the coffee shop.
Gunther.
Gunther.
Yes.
He would be Gunther, and he would dye his hair blonde,
Okay. So
which he could do because it was,
It should be. He should just look like Gunther, but we just know that he's Loki.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm into that.
A fun thing you could do as well is because it's set in New York, you could actually have the real Avengers like show up for an episode and like sitting in the chair or in the
Right. Like they just come over to hang out or
couch,
something.
over to
I
hang out.
love it.
Yeah.
Your seats, like get the hell out.
Get out of here.
Remember the Robin Williams and
Yeah, and Billy Crystal in that one scene.
that's right. So you could do that like Doctor Strange shows up and
Yes.
he's sitting there and
Nice.
you could
Hannah, what's the name of the neighbor, the downstairs neighbor that dies? Mr. Do you know who I'm talking about?
yes. Yes.
Mr.
I
Heckles.
don't.
Mr. Heckles.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
Heckles be Nick Fury?
Yes. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
You don't have birds. I love that. It's the best.
This could be my apartment.
I could have birds. I love that.
Oh, that'd be
You
good.
and I are just cracking each other up. This is great.
I'm trying to think of where Steve Rogers would come in. He'd be like a love interest.
I was gonna say he has to be a love interest.
Would he be Richard? Monica's
Ooh.
Richard?
Do you like that?
It's America's ass right there.
Hell yeah.
That'd be good.
I would be into that.
Yes.
There we
All
go.
right, I'm gonna jump in here. This is actually the third one I created. Apparently, we were all on the same wavelength when we did this over the many months. I'm calling this Zoo Crew. And you pay attention to the names because it's not quite how you're thinking. So we're gonna have Jen the Fox, Courtney the Rabbit, Lisa the Flamingo, Matt the Puma, Perry the Wolf, and David the Hound. And it's going to be Friends set in Zootopia.
I love it.
Perfect.
That was such a good movie. Totally did not think that was going to be a good movie. And I can totally see a Friends type show in that. And then playing, of course, I was trying to match their personalities to different animals.
Yep.
So like I said, I came up with, even though technically Courtney and David would be brother and sister, I went with a rabbit and hound because I'm just like, they've got to be different animals. So she could be running around. She would be the one that's constantly trying to keep things clean and, energetic and everything. Jen would be a fox because, foxes, I put for Lisa Kudrow's character, I came up with a flamingo. I'm like, she's kind of a bird brain. That kind of fits.
Well, and the whole thing with like the leg and the weird,
Exactly. It's flamingos are weird. So yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful, but weird.
I thought Matt would be a puma just because I could see, kind of the snarky, sarcastic coming out. Or do you have something else in mind?
Trying to
Matt
think.
LeBlanc?
Yes.
Like Joey's character?
Yes.
I could.
No, not Matt. I'm sorry. I did Matt as a puma just because good looking,
Yeah, okay, I'm good with that one. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I got him switched around. Perry would be a wolf because I could see the wolf being snarky and.
Yes.
True, but I can see him being non-predator. I'm thinking more like a lamb.
Like a snarky ram. That wouldn't be
Like
bad
a
either.
Ram, like a snarky ram.
That wouldn't
Or
be
like
bad.
I don't know why I keep thinking
A
about
ram that complains that his horns are too small.
Yes. That he has a third. He thinks he's getting a third horn.
He's getting a third horn.
A nubbin, so to speak.
I like that even better.
Okay?
A nubbin. What's a nubbin? I don't know. You see something, you hear a name. That's what I thought it was.
And I figured David for a hound just because he's always always got that hang dog. Yeah, exactly.
Why?
That would be perfect. So, and then of course, I didn't do Gunther, but I mean, you can be, like I said, you just take the personalities and you start rounding them out with
would be a
animals.
chipmunk.
Yes.
You think? That would
Yeah.
be.
Always a little nervous.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
not too. Or it could be a possum and he just falls over.
Why are you the way that you are? I love it.
Especially, when Rachel's character comes over to like say hi, he drops over.
Drops over. That would be great.
I'm into that.
I like that.
I love it. That's perfect.
And then, like I said, as you introduce new characters, like some of the love interests and stuff that come in, depending on what animal they are, they're like, really, you're dating a fox? Really?
You could have who's the annoying lady's name?
Janice.
Janice. She could be a beaver.
Oh my God, yes. And
Or
like,
like-
every time she talks, she whistles or something.
No,
like that.
like a peacock. Yes. She could be a peacock with that annoying call that they make. I don't know why.
She laughs.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Oh, she'd be a good hyena though, with the laugh.
That's true. I don't know, because then if she was some kind of a bird, you could have some of the other animals like. Then some of the other characters make the comment like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to eat her." Like,
now
I
I'm
can't.
just. I want when Billy Crystal and Robin Williams do that random cameo, I want them to both be lemurs for some reason.
You could do Timon and Pumbaa.
Yes.
Perfect.
And see, doing animals, yeah, you can definitely pull in different animals from. Yeah, that would be great. Actually,
I love that. That's so perfect.
Yeah, but I thought Zootopia would make
within the world.
would work well as Friends. So.
Oh my god.
He's complaining
All right.
about flatulence, of course.
Obviously.
All right, Lainey, do you have a third one for us?
I have a third one, and then I also have a runner-up and a complaint. So we're full of
I have
things.
3 more.
Okay, let's go.
So my third one. Okay, is anybody here actually familiar with the show Glow?
A bit. Yeah.
Glow, I've seen parts of the first season.
It's amazing. Just
Yes,
letting you all
I've heard lots of people say that.
It is fantastic, and I'm obsessed with it. I want to do Glow with the Disney princesses.
I knew you were going to do something. I just didn't know what it was going to be, because the first time we did this, you did
Whip It, but a TV show with Disney princesses.
Right.
Know what I'm about. Very on brand. It's true fact.
Yeah, so doing that with the Disney princesses would be awesome.
It would be so good. I want Liberty Bell to be played by Cinderella.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, that has to be.
Because I would really enjoy like the duality of like seeing her character also like go backstage and like smoke a cigarette. That would be hilarious.
So who are you doing as
Ruth,
yeah.
main character. Belle, and here's why.
Okay.
Ruth makes a really great main character because you kind of don't like her sometimes. She's kind of annoying. And I don't like Belle sometimes. So I think she's kind of annoying. So I want Belle to be Ruth.
Okay.
She's
It's
a
harsh, but okay.
little full of herself. Listen, I know you're not.
I was going to say Snow White, but I'm
Oh, that would actually be really good
because
too.
the duality of those two together.
Would be
That's
really
what I thought
good.
you were going with was Snow White, but
All right, I'm into
I
that. I would be
okay.
down for Snow. I would be down for Snow White for sure. And then there's a million. It's a super big ensemble cast, so I'm not
yes,
going to
it
go
is.
every character, but some of the heavy hitters. Britannica, Kate Nash's character, Rhonda, the British one.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of dumb. I want her to be played by Ariel.
I like that.
So it just felt fitting. Carmen, who is the wrestler Machu Picchu,
Uh-huh.
she's really sweet and she's a little timid. And at first she's kind of afraid to like try like the wrestling thing. She's afraid of what her
Exactly,
family's going to think. So I want her to be played by Moana.
Oh, that's perfect.
They have like a similar like personality. They're both a little awkward and kind of funny and just adorable, and you just want to hug them. So I love Moana. It's a great movie.
Yes.
And then I want so for Sam Sylvia's character, Mark Maron, the guy that Mark Maron plays, the producer, I had 2 thoughts. Because I feel like the obvious choice is to go with Flynn Rider. Because Flynn Rider's kind of scummy at the beginning.
Yep. Yeah, I can see that.
But I think it would be hilarious if we went with Prince Charming from Snow White. Because we know nothing about him. He could be a total skis ball. He's kind of gross because he's kissing dead girls. So, I mean,
I'm voting for Flynn Rider though, just
Flynn
because.
Rider was perfect.
Yes.
It really would be perfect. Pre Rapunzel Flynn Rider, when he's still going by Flynn, he's going by Eugene.
Yes.
Yep, that's my idea. That's the whole show.
No, I
like it.
think that's awesome, actually.
Exact storyline: the cheating, the lying, the adult themes. But
I like it.
This will be on the Disney Plus after
dark.
After
You have
dark,
to have special age settings for this one.
Mm-hmm.
What's the princess name from Brave?
Merida.
You got to get her in there.
Oh hell yeah!
Well,
She'd all be all about this.
Merida would be really fun. Merida's Sheila the She-Wolf.
Yes.
Done.
Yep.
That was easy.
You
I
just
like
could
this.
fit
This
in.
is a good idea.
No one can understand her. She's
That's
from
right.
another studio, so nobody like really knows what to do with her. What
What the hell is she saying?
the hell is she talking
I
about?
don't understand.
No one understands her. She's from another
Oh, that's great.
studio.
I like it.
All right, Ray, what's your next one?
All right. I've got 3 more, so sorry.
Okay.
Hit me with it. I have a
I
runner.
have one more
and then
fleshed
an-
out, and then I threw out some other ones. We might can play with those. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got one that's not as fleshed out, so I'm going to throw that one out first. Are either of you familiar with the Grand Tour?
I know of it.
I'm familiar with the Grand Floridian.
No, not the same. So, do you remember Top Gear from the UK?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so James May, Richard, no, not Richard. Anyway, the 3 guys, they always do something stupid and they go off and do a tour, right? So on the Grand Tour, that's what they do is they go on these trips across different locations, and they have to create a vehicle or they have to do something really stupid in some way. So like one of them was they had to build their own vehicle that was made out of something made by the earth. So one of them did a clay car, another one did a car of grass, and another one did a entire one made of wood. And of course they would all fall apart, and it was hilarious, and it was all fun.
Right.
So I thought it would be fun to have Mike Wazowski, right?
Right. I'm
Love
with
it.
you.
And then of course you got his pal James.
James P. Sullivan.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
And then the third person's got to be Roz, and they're going on adventures and making.
Oh my God, that would be great.
Now they have a test driver in that as well, and they test drive vehicles. So I mean, you got to have the abominable snowman
Yes.
and be the driver test driving all these different cars. So that's I thought it'd be fucking hilarious.
That's awesome. Yes, I would love to see that.
Yeah, not as fleshed out, but I thought it'd be a fun one.
No, that sounds good. I like the idea of the abominable snowman because I loved his character.
Oh, yeah. Snow cone?
What? They're lemon. It's so good.
It's lemon.
Lemon.
No, I like that. That's a good idea.
Oh my God, I'm into this. I love
Good
it.
job.
I love it.
And if you haven't seen anything about the Grand Tour, please go see it. It is fucking hilarious.
Yes, I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
Yep.
So, all right, the last one that I had fleshed out, it may be the one that I'm like happiest with of the 3. And it's going to be it's a home improvement show, kind of.
Oh, not Home Improvement, but a Home Improvement.
No, not Home Improvement. It's a home improvement show. And basically what's going to happen is they're going to go to, animated kids' houses or whatever, and they're going to show them how to make stuff. And that's going to be part of the show is how they can make stuff. And like, hey, we can take we're going to take a box and we're going to turn it into a car or whatever. And they'll kind of show the kids how to do it to help give them ideas and stuff like that. So it's going to be very hands-on. It's going to be a maker-based show for kids. It's going to be animated. And it's going to be called Making It Up. And it's going to star Carl, Russell, and Doug. Because I think that was great. So you have the adult supervision. Hey, kids, have an adult do the cutting or whatever. And then, of course,
Carl always hurts himself.
it's going to be so good. Like, I want this to be an actual thing.
And then he
special
asks,
appearances by Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah. And then-
But I thought that trio would be awesome for a show.
yeah, you need Russell would actually do it, but
Mhm.
Carl would tell him, "No, that's dangerous. I got to do that," and then
Right.
it's hurt.
Yes.
Shows
Oh
you
my
how
God.
not to do it.
I love it.
I don't know you, but I love you.
I do not know you, but I know I love you.
Mm-hmm. But yes, I was like, I have to do something with Up because I adore that movie. And I was like, all right, what can I do with Up? And I literally was about to start watching a YouTube video and I was like, that's a maker show. Oh, let's do that. So yeah.
So could we once in a while just pan randomly to a squirrel?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. At least
The
when
you
whole
have
during
show
the show.
stops for
The whole
3
show
seconds.
stops and it pans in. and then it comes back away. We're good.
Exactly. Yes. Everything just stops.
No reason.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's what I got on that one.
Doug is in charge of the cameras.
Obviously. Oh, look at the little headset. That'd be really cute.
All right, Lainey. What's your next one before we get to your complaint?
Okay. Well, okay. So here's the thing. I had one that was like partially, not really fully fleshed out. It was just like an idea that I had.
Mm-hmm.
That was I want to do The Office, but I want it to be with Star Wars characters, and I want it specifically to take place in the Death Star.
Yes. I was thinking the same thing too. Yeah.
Right?
I think it'd be hilarious.
But then it dawned on me that the reason I thought that was because of that Saturday Night Live sketch with Kylo Ren when he goes.
With Kylo Ren, yeah.
Yes, when he's mad, the laser tag.
But I thought it'd be fun because you'd never know which stormtrooper's in front of you.
That might be great.
That's fair.
You have these stormtroopers looking at you, and they like pan away, and
I love that.
a couple of them try to do the gym look.
I was gonna say that's what I want to see. I just want to see a stormtrooper do
this. I'm super into that.
And it could be any stormtrooper, and all it says in the name, like, you know, well, they don't do it, but they just put stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper. They put like their serial number.
Yeah.
So you literally have to memorize their number. That would be great, actually.
I like that. I like that.
Let's make it happen.
I'm into this. Yeah, come on. Disney Plus. Jeez. Give the people what they want.
All right, Ray.
Have you ever seen the janitors of the Death Star?
No.
Yes.
It's friggin' hilarious, and you need to watch it
now.
Yep, it's funny.
Yep.
All right, Ray. What's your next one?
Okay, I too went with a Seinfeld one.
Okay.
I didn't flesh it out very well, but that's okay because I need your help.
Oh, good.
I thought it would be really fun to have Kronk.
I'm already with you.
Because obviously.
Yes.
Because obviously. And then Yzma and Cusco and Pacha and Chica all on the show, and it'd be set where in their little town and all about nothing. The whole story is just like Seinfeld.
I love
would
that.
Be awesome.
I love that. I'm really into that. Would Cusco would be George Costanza.
See, yeah, George, or I was thinking
or Jerry.
I was thinking he could be the guy that like stumbles into the door. Kramer, yeah.
Oh, see, I would say, okay, so here's what I would do. I would do Kronk would be Kramer.
Kramer, yeah.
I would put what's it? The Emperor. Cusco. I would put him as Jerry because of his smart comments.
Yeah.
And then the big guy as
Pacha
as George. Doesn't quite work, but I think it works okay.
Pacha's so lovable.
Yeah, Yzma though has to be Newman.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. When she walks in, just
Oh.
That would be great.
And then once in a while, a squirrel shows up.
Yeah.
We're squeaking.
Squeak. You owe me a new acorn.
That would be the chef. No soup for you. Squeaking.
Squeaking. I like it. I'm into it.
Nicely done.
Explaining. He says no soup for you.
He says that there's no soup allowed for you.
I like it. Awesome. Anyway,
I wanted to do. I just threw out some general ideas. See if we can flesh these out. One of the ones that I threw out there was, how about doing The Walking Dead with Muppets? I think that would have to go on the late night version that Lainey's come up with. I think because I want it to be a mix of people and Muppets. Like I freaking want they're, like you're stuck in the they're stuck in the house or whatever, and it's literally there's these bloody people clawing, and then right beside them is a freaking bloody puppet. That'd be great.
They get like
And no
some of the Sesame Street characters out
Yeah,
there.
no one says anything. It's like it is in the movies. It's just accepted. It's just like
Across a bunch of undead Fraggles.
that's why I want this. This would be great.
You could do
Oh god.
Game of Thrones, but Fraggle Rock is your.
Oh yeah, believe me, I was trying to figure out a Game of Thrones thing, but
God, I
I
didn't even
So
think about
Fraggle
that.
Rock is the north.
I was the rock, remember. See, I kept thinking Fraggle Rock, but Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
that wouldn't be bad.
That would be bad, but
Builders,
okay.
builders show up all the time.
Yep.
Look at the camera and like walk away.
They're constantly planning all these things to build or whatever, and literally they're like, God damn, you keep eating everything. We can't build crap. Like, you want a new park, you ate it. What do you expect?
I love that. That would be super good. See, I'm glad Eugene said the thing with the Muppets, because here's the thing. I love the Muppets. I love the Muppets. I love the Muppets so much. And my first thought was, it would be really good if they did the Muppets, but The Office. And then I remembered that they did that and it failed, and I'm mad.
Yeah.
That's my complaint. Is why.
I think it would have been better if they had have done it, but on Netflix or then people would have actually watched it.
It
But
was
doing
not
it on
a network TV thing.
yeah, it didn't work. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like everybody. That's the whole issue with the Muppets is no one's really sure what to do with them. And I think that they were going in the right direction, and it just didn't. Same, but it just they didn't make it work. They just couldn't get the formula right. It makes me sad. G-Ray, what's your next one?
Yeah, do you have another one?
Do
I
it. Do it. Tell me.
This is the one that I really want.
Okay. Let's see.
Because I miss Spaceballs.
Oh God.
And we have a lot of new stuff to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Pigs and Spaceballs.
Hell yeah, I'll do
God
it.
damn it. God damn it.
So because of how much stuff we have to work with, obviously you
Uh-huh.
have to have more Muppets in there than just Pigs in Space. But Pigs and Spaceballs, I think would be
Yes.
awesome. And could you imagine the chase scene and how hilarious they could make that fucking chase scene?
Oh my
where
God,
it lasts an entire season of them
yes.
complaining that they can't catch up.
I love that so much. Damn it.
Yep.
I'm mad at you now.
It'd have to be a scene. We'd have to update it. So instead of putting in the VCR tape and fast forwarding, it's going to have to start buffering, and they're just going to be like, God, can we get some better internet in here, please? I can't, really, buffering still.
Turn it off and then turn it back on.
Yes.
And
I
then they
don't-
put the switch for the whole ship.
The whole
It
ship. And literally, it just falls out of space. Like, there's no reason why it should, but it does because
It
it's Pigs and Spaceballs. Yes, I am totally down for that.
I like it.
I think
Well-
I think you could have a lot of fun with it. And again, they could go into the prequels. You could have people showing. I thought you were dead. No, I just got my legs cut off.
Mhm.
What would be awesome is to get some of the actual actors to show up and and even if they didn't necessarily do their role, it'd be funny if they switched them. Like literally, if Ray Park showed up and he was playing like an Obi-Wan character.
I thought you were no, look at me.
Like I can see he would show up, and then Ewan McGregor would show up as the bad guy, and they'd be able to face off. And they'd just kind of look at each other, and then they'd stop, and they'd walk around, and they're like, "No, this still isn't right." They walk back.
You know what would be great is if they flip their lightsabers, right? Which would be the short sabers of some sort.
Exactly. Yes.
And they have the wrong color. I was like, oh, this one's yours, and they hand
Oh,
each
sorry.
my God, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, right. You're red. I'm okay. Now we're good.
Got it.
Got
We're
it.
good. We're good.
That
my
would be
God.
good. Yes.
And Kermit's directing it, so he's got to come in once in a while and be like, guys, this is all wrong. No, you got to go back to script. And animals would be Palpatine.
That's not
Nothing.
bad.
Oh my God.
That's not bad.
That's perfect.
Because you kind of love him now. Oh, he's there. It'd be funny if he won. I don't want him to win.
I'm into this.
Or Animal could be Yoda.
Because he doesn't make any sense anyway.
Any sense.
That's true. And if he has a where he flips out and starts flipping around, it would make total sense that he's just like gone bat crazy.
Animal is Yoda.
Yeah. I like that. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Actually, Fozzie would make a funny Palpatine.
Oh my God! Yes.
Gonzo. It would have to be Gonzo.
It would have to be Gonzo.
Or you could do Palpatine would be Fonzie, and then Snoke would be Gonzo.
I like that better because I want to see Palpatine constantly cracking jokes and going waka, and everyone just looking at him like, really?
We're doing a serious show here. What's that?
Oh, that's good. Oh my God! Because you got Ewan McGregor being the bad guy, and he's like, what am I supposed to do, Master? And he's like, go kill the Jedi. Waka waka.
Here's your chicken.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'd be great. I'm so down for that.
I've into this.
He uses the Force to switch out the lightsaber for a chicken, and
oh, it's got to be a chicken. It has to be a chicken. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the rubber chicken, obviously.
Yep.
Anyway, that's
my
list. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here I'd kind of like to see fleshed out. I said Real Housewives with various princesses. I think that would be hilarious to see.
That's an SNL sketch.
That could work.
Yeah. Is it?
Oh,
Have you ever seen it?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You need to Google it because it's funny.
So Real Housewives, but with
it's like Jasmine is broke because they spent their last wish.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm definitely gonna have to watch this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was
Cinderella
a good idea.
is a drunk mess and her husband is gay. It's so.
Oh my God! Hold on. I've got to watch.
It's amazing.
I've got to watch this.
I can't believe you've never seen it.
No, I've never seen it.
So funny.
Is it like is it a little bit older sketch or?
Yeah, it's a little bit older.
Okay.
Kristen Wiig is in it. Kristen Wiig is Cinderella, and it's really I just feel her in my soul. She's like whatever. I love her.
Nice.
It's super funny.
Well, I'm trying to see if there was anything else that I had just kind of thrown out there that I thought we could kind of. And then I said something like American Ninja Warrior, but would you just grab random characters and preferably two that are somewhat similar, or at least like so I threw out like Wall-E versus Baymax, but not like armored Baymax, like big fluffy
puffy Baymax.
You could do armored Baymax versus Iron Man.
That would be cool.
And Baymax wins.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought throwing different characters in there and having, especially these crazy things. So like, you got Baymax walking up and like he can grab the rings, but he doesn't have much reach, or he just kind of like barely moves back and forth, and then Wally's just looking up at it like, what do you want from me?
And then they go to the next stage without explaining how they got
there.
Like, no explanation. Yeah.
So. Kind of like Wipeout, where it just kind of flashes.
Exactly. That's even better. You know what? Instead of that, let's do Wipeout. I like that better. So that's pretty much all I have. Does anyone have anything else they want to throw out there?
I was playing with the idea of Home Improvement, but with the Muppets.
That would be funny. Would you do all Muppets or would you do mix?
Mix, because I think the Muppets are the fun. I love the original Muppet Show, and one of the things that makes the Muppet Show so funny is the fact that it's Muppets and it's people, and it's like the people are in on the joke, but they're not questioning it. Like every now and then, they'll be like, "Well, you're a frog," but it's not like.
So would you literally make Tim a Muppet, but she's a real person, and like either one or two of the boys are Muppets as well?
Yes, two of the boys are Muppets.
Okay.
Brad, the oldest, is not.
Okay.
That would be really funny.
See, I think the youngest wouldn't be. The other two would be.
I like that.
That might be good. Would you make Wilson a Muppet or not?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No. Do it, because then the fence goes everywhere.
That's true. That would even be because I was gonna say. So do you make? Oh God,
He's in the grocery store and he looks up and it's right in front
And
of
it's right
Oh
there.
my God, yes, that's exactly it. But his so Tim's gonna be a Muppet, but Al's gonna have to be like we've actually got to get him back for the
I
show.
want
Like,
it to be
he has
Al
to be
Borland.
back.
Be Al
You
Borland.
remember the great big huge Muppet that had like the huge open mouth
Sweetums.
and
His name is
That-
Sweetums. Sorry.
that would be Wilson.
Oh my
Except
God.
you see his eye.
But like everything moves up and
Yes.
down because that's how he
That would
talks.
be great.
And the fence moves with them.
Oh my God.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
Can Piggy be Heidi?
Yeah,
Yeah, she would have to be.
She would be
let's
Heidi.
do
She'd
that.
be the
Yeah.
star. She'd be the star.
She
So.
would.
Fonzie would be the helper. Always hurting
Al?
himself.
Oh yeah.
Fonzie would be Al.
See, I want Al back. Like I want
it to be actual
Human
Al.
Helper and Muppet.
He would be
Lead.
Al's assistant.
He'd be the
So-
guy that's always coming on there to like test a new product with them and
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Actually, that would be funny if you did have someone else and then had some of the original cast come back to be different people. That would actually be good too.
I would be into that.
Yes.
I would do that.
Well, does anyone have anything else?
No, I just want the Muppets to be in more things. The end.
I would agree with that. Yeah, they need to find a vehicle for it.
We gotta figure it out.
I'm telling you. Pigs and Spaceballs.
Speaking of Muppet-like things, did y'all see? I didn't post it. Did y'all see the trailer for
Are
the
you talking
prequel
about Dark
thing?
Crystal?
Yes.
No, but Joseph talked to me about it, and I told him, I was like, "Listen, I'm never gonna watch that." And he goes, "Why?" I said, "Because Dark Crystal scares the bejesus out of me."
My brother will never watch it either, probably.
Exactly.
I have to watch it, but
I haven't watched it yet. I plan to. Did you see the other trailer that came out? Pixar?
Onward.
Yes.
I did, and yeah, okay. I feel like it'll be cute and charming because it's Pixar. But when I first watched it, it felt a little like a DreamWorks trailer to me, and that bothered me.
That's fair.
But I'm sure it's going to be good. It's
It's
Pixar. Yeah,
Pixar.
no, it's going to be cute and charming and hilarious, and I'm excited about it.
I like the.
I didn't see that, so I'm gonna have to watch that after the show too.
That
So
was funny. Ugh, unicorns.
unicorns.
okay, I'm definitely have to watch
It
this.
was really funny.
Let's just say they're no longer cute and cuddly.
No, they're not
Okay.
majestic. Not at all.
Well, that is our show for the week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to our picks and pans. Would anyone like to go first on that?
Me.
All right, Lainey, what is your pick and or pan?
My pick is Aladdin.
Did you see it?
You guys.
So they did a good job, huh?
Oh my God. So I don't like any of the live action remakes. Literally every Disney fan's like, but I don't want these. Like, stop. I just
Right.
stop making it. But people keep seeing them, so they keep making them. And so when they announced this like latest crop of them, I was just like, oh God. But I think Disney's kind of learning its lesson because anytime they do any kind of a movie with any kind of like cultural background that is not like standard fairy tale,
Mm-hmm.
they've done a really good job lately of
Ensuring that it's represented.
it's respectful and it's representative and it celebrates it, and they do a really good job. And that's kind of what they've done with Aladdin. It was really good.
Good.
Like I said, I was very back and forth the whole time because I would see stuff about it and I'd be like, wow, that looks really cool. I didn't know how I felt about Will Smith as the genie. I didn't know how I felt about just the whole live action thing in general, because a lot of times the feel of them is never quite right to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh God, they're going to like use all their original songs. People are going to be randomly breaking into song, and that's going to be stupid. No, I loved it and I ate it up. So
I've heard good things about
oh
it.
my God, you guys, it was so good. It
Like
was so
it's,
good.
I want to say I looked on the Rotten Tomatoes and it's only got like a 50% on the tomato meter for the critics, but it's got like a 90, 94, 95. It's a high 90s number for the audience.
Because it's so good. They did such a good job. It follows like a pretty much the same basic plot. The only things that they change just sort of add to the story in a really good way.
Yeah.
The music was my favorite part. Like they give they put back in a song that was cut, from the original one.
Oh,
So
really?
it's Jasmine's heroine song that she never got to sing.
Cool.
It's really good. But what I liked is like I love the original music because it's Alan Menken, and I love everything that Alan Menken did in the 90s because that's my childhood. And I love all of it. So I was really excited that they used the original stuff. They used the stuff that Howard Ashman worked on too. So like they tweaked a couple of lyrics, but the music, it sounds the same, but it's better because they brought in a lot of like Moroccan influences. There's lots of drums. It's so good. Go listen to the soundtrack before you actually go see it, and like you'll want to go see it. I was curious about how they were going to do the Prince Ali part because that's like one of the best songs of all Disney songs, and it was bomb. Like it was so good. So like I'm gonna go see it again.
Cool.
It was.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's a 56% on the tomato meter, but it's with 300 critics, 94% with the audience with 26,000. So I mean that should tell you something.
It was so good. It was really genuinely super, super good. And I went with Joseph, and he was telling me, he goes, I honestly don't remember the last time I watched the original, so I'm not really going to know how much is like true and how much isn't. And I was like, I mean, we'll see. But even he liked it. He really liked it a lot. So I was surprised. So, because it's not really his thing, but it was, oh my God, it was so good. But yeah, go see it. Like if you're on the fence about it, just go see it because it was super worth it. So I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. So if anybody wants to go see it again, just let me know. Like I will legit go.
Come on up.
All right.
And we'll go.
Yeah. Just make a quick trip up there.
Yeah, no big deal.
All right, Ray, what's your pick and or pan?
Start with my pan. I told this to Eugene, being forced back on the shift at work. So that sucks, but that's okay. We're dealing with it. But my pick that is the Toronto Raptors. They are one game up in the championship final of the NBA, and I'm not usually a big basketball person, but hell yeah. And thank you, San Antonio, for giving us Kawhi, and because that was a great trade for us, and he's lifted this team, and it's really awesome. They so to give you an idea, our Toronto Blue Jays are playing, and they're not playing very well at all. And they had at their last game, they had just over 5,000 people show up, which is really low. They had over 6,000 people show up in the streets to watch the Raptors play on the big screens outside the stadium there. So
wow.
It's
people are really excited.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome to watch. So I can't wait for game 2, which is tomorrow night, and just see what happens.
Don't worry, Drake is there. And he's cheering everyone on. He's everyone's supportive girlfriend.
He is pissing everybody off.
He sure is.
It's hilarious.
He's such a little baby. And he's going to be real upset, too, when he finds out that everyone's mad at him because Drake loves to get in his feelings. But he's just, every picture you see of him, like he's just so excited to be there. Like,
well, and I think it's hilarious that he's actually a Raptors employee, right?
Yes.
He's employed by them to be their ambassador.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
that's funny. I've got 2 picks. The first one is it's short. It's only 6 episodes, but nailed it. Season 3 show continues to just be hilarious.
Nicole Byers is a perfect angel.
You know, she really got on my nerves the first season, and I don't know if she's just toned it down or if I've just gotten used to her. But
she hasn't toned it down.
I am learning stuff on the show, and I'm finding stuff like they'll go to bake something. I'm like, no, you put it in the bottom oven. You didn't put it in the convection oven. It's not going to bake in time. And I'm just like, I'm picking up on stuff. But yeah, this season is all themed. So every single episode is a themed episode, and the people just continue. You're just like, oh my God, like, are you really that bad? But you look at it and you're like, yeah, they're really that bad. Yeah.
Sometimes they're doing it on purpose, and then it's like, no, they actually tried.
Yeah, yes. There are some people that you kind of wonder, you're like, can you really be? But you can tell from the judges are just like, did they really just do it? I think they just did. But yeah, if season 3 continues to be awesome. And then the other thing is, Christy and I are only 3 or 4 episodes in, but there's a series on Netflix right now called Dead to Me.
Oh, I want to watch it.
It's very good. It's I was like, I thought what they were alluding to was a little on the nose. I'm like, no, it can't be that. But it turns out it is, and it's actually better for it. It's like, okay, this is what's going on. What you think is going on is going on. Now let's play with how we progress with that. And it's like, oh, this I'm really enjoying it. It is very dark at times, but it also has a lot of really dark humor. Like Christina Applegate does not give a shit, and it's awesome seeing her being let off the chain. And I've always loved her. You know, she's done some very good stuff, especially sitcom stuff. She's done some really good stuff, and this role was perfect for her. So, but yeah, if you haven't yet check out Dead to Me on Netflix. So, as always, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Music. We've added to a couple other streaming services as well. Their names escape me right this second. But pretty much if you're listening to us, you want to check us out on a different service, we're out there. You can find us. We're trying to make sure that we're on everything that we can be. So, usually we do this show every other Saturday. We've been kind of mixing it up. But if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I usually post, when the show's going to be. So, if you want to come hang out during the live show and talk in the chat, we'd love to have you. So, we just recorded a new episode of Marginally Geeky that should be out here pretty quick. Really good discussion. That show is evolving, and I love the way that it's evolving. I like the new format that we're taking on, and that is a lot of that's due to you, Ray. I like what you did with that. So,
Sean actually really helped out with that one too, because I was asking some ideas, and he and I bounced some ideas off each other. So
yeah, because the only way I knew to do the show was to kind of do it sequentially, and I was like, I hated hearing myself talk constantly. I was like, I want people to talk more, and I think just doing general questions has definitely been a lot better, because we are still hitting the high spots and something else. So, and
somebody who hasn't read the book yet, if somebody hasn't read the book yet and they're still curious and they don't care about spoilers, they still have to enjoy the whole story without having to go through everything.
I agree with that. So, and then we've got a Sustainably Geeky coming up here pretty quick, but there are episodes for that out there as well if you want to go check it out. Where can we find you online, Ray?
The Reluctant Yeti, and that's on Instagram and Twitter. And then if you search for Raymond Andrew, you'll find some stuff on Facebook as well. There's an artist listed there, so I goof around with some stuff there. I've got a few things coming soon, but they may have to wait a little bit because we got our siding for the house, so I'll have to be doing that soon.
Handyman Ray at it again.
Yeah, I understand that. Tell you about that here and offline in a second. Lainey, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at It's a Lanybird. Sometimes I say things, and most of the time I don't. So feel free.
Go check out her Instagram stories, because there are definitely more of those than there are other posts.
Yes.
Because nobody wants to see a post.
I do. I literally go through the stories just to get through them. Like, if it's important enough, post it.
But mine are adorable.
Whatever.
They have gifts.
True. Oh, man. And as always, if you want to follow my individual wacky adventure, you can follow me at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm hoping to have a big announcement on our Etsy store this coming week. I've just got to get one more thing nailed down this weekend. And then there's a good chance that my feed will be taken over by kittens. So we shall see. So if you like baby kittens, hopefully that'll be a thing. So
Whiskers and furs, girl.
Heck yeah. All right. For everyone on the site, have a good night.